We've made it to Galena, Kansas. Cars on the route. There's somebody special sitting right over there that we're gonna have to go visit. Let's go take a look. So the story goes that this is Toe Tater. You can't really read that too well. I'll have to read it while we're looking at him. This is from The Art of Cars, about the movie Cars. It says, in Galena, Kansas, we found a lonely old tow truck that most folks would pass by without giving a second glance. Our head of story, Joe Ramp, however, saw beyond its rust and its broken down parts. He saw the inspiration for the character Mater. They soon became kindred spirits. Joe gave Mater his warmth, his sense of fun, his humbleness, and his generous spirit, and this capacity to see and bring out the best in others. This was the actual tow truck. It is a 1951 International that became Tow Mater right there. It was right here in Galena, Kansas, and it sits right now on Cars on the Route, and that is just really cool.
If you're a fan of the movie Cars like we are, this is a must stop when you're coming through Galena. I mean, it is really cool. I didn't do any recording inside. I don't know why I didn't, but the little shop there is really neat as well. They have some really cool cars related stuff, plus a little snack counter. Really kind of cool. Totally worth stopping at. But we were headed down the road to our next stop, Gearhead Curious. This is one of those places that I haven't had the chance to stop at. So when Angie and I came through, I knew it was a must.
The old pumps. Did you want to
get in the motorized car and get stuck?
not an idea of fun this morning.
That one might, but
That's it. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Good morning.
How are you guys today?
Good, yourself?
Doing good.
When I saw it on Facebook, but has it been about a year since the Giant went up?
September 8th, yeah.
September, so just over a year, yeah.
Just about a year and
Almost a couple weeks, yeah, okay.
Doesn't seem like it's been there that long. At the same time, it seems like he's always been there now, but it doesn't.
you can't remember him not being there.
Yeah, that time thing, because you think about, I bought this in October of 18, and I pulled the roof off, took it down to the walls, but then it feels like I just kind of always been here. You lose track of the steps, and yeah. Where are you guys coming from?
Oklahoma City is where we're from.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had done a trip that took us up through Kansas City and then over to Springfield. We're following 66 home.
66 back home.
Yeah. So the last time I was through here was a couple years ago. You weren't open, so this time I'm like, we got to stop. So we had to make sure. I looked on the Facebook page. What time they open?
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so we could make sure to come through.
Yeah, when I bought it, I lived 3 hours from here, up by Topeka, Kansas.
Oh, wow.
And as I was renovating, I'd come down on Saturdays. So I'd be open as I'm renovating, And then I worked for the government as an analyst. So when COVID hit, I moved down here. But still, Monday through Friday, I'm logged on, doing my job. And then when COVID ended, they said, all right, come back to the office. I'm like, I live 3 hours away. I quit. So I went full-time March of 22. Up until then, I was part-time here as I was trying to renovate. And then March of 22, I'd greet customers. I come down off the ladder because I'm, bending down.
Put all these up. Look at them.
Fans are doing whatever. it's like I said, it seems like it's always been, but at the same time, it's like it's only been a few years.
Yeah.
It just that time just really twists itself.
Yeah, it's like talking to Mary Beth down in Tulsa, you know, at Bucks, and
Yeah, she started in 2018 also.
yeah, she says it's pretty much the same thing. You know, that it just the time is, it's so weird. You know, but you know, it's just yeah. She's like you. I've told her a lot of times on this trip. There's a lot of the classic old places going out, but a lot of newer places like y'all that are popping up.
Let's see this. Hold on just a second. So you might see the Jackrabbit Trading Post. We're snow and we're seeing a photograph of it. Yeah, so that you can
I'll
see
be in
stuff
there a while,
you don't
trying to figure
normally
that
get to
thing
see
out.
travel in the winter time. And we are also known, when she's speaking right now, we are known for our restroom here. Our restroom has been in travel shows, newscasts, really? YouTube and TikTok videos. We've had a wedding in it, and I think on Friday I'm officiating vow renewal. So the door that they're trying to open, you'll find they can't open because you gotta have a key. Because when I was a little kid, if you went to the gas station, the key was on a hubcap because they didn't trust us to not steal it. So here's the key, here's the hubcap, let's get to it. Next page.
Look at this, Angie.
Oh, I like that one.
Isn't that cool?
I really like that, the license plate, but this one's all pieces as opposed to one whole one, which is cool.
Yeah, that's really kind of neat though. I don't even know how much that is, if it doesn't have a tag on it. So it might just be for design.
Oh, on Instagram.
Yeah, so it might just be probably too much that I'd want to pay anyways, but that is really cool. So we haven't been up this way, I don't think, since we moved here, other than me that one time. Yeah, is that like straight out of Halloween? Halloween 3? Lucky Shamrocks or whatever. They do have a bunch of, oh yeah, there's some gear, the pens. Yeah, I like that one too.
We've already got some Centennial pins.
Yeah. We didn't see much up in Illinois or Missouri with the Centennial. The stickers.
Yeah. I think I'll do the gas pumps for Amaya and the Betty Boop for Chayton.
Did you sign this?
Yes.
Well done.
Good. Should we hit the road? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gonna hit the funnel. All right, so this is Gearhead Curious. I'm Aaron. This place found me August 2018. I was driving my 58 Ford, this car right here, and I pulled up out in this dilapidated gas station to get a picture and saw for sale by owner sign. In October of 18, I purchased it, and I had to pull the roof completely off. I took it down to the walls and brought it back to life. Every license plate on the ceiling has been gifted by travelers.
Oh wow.
Electricity came back into it, I think it was in October of 19, for the first time in over 15 years, according to the power company.
Oh, gosh.
That doorway right there was boarded up. Beyond that was outside. It was literally trees and bushes. I had stump companies remove stumps like this. We built our restroom back there. We are now internationally known for our restroom. Our restroom's been in 3 travel shows, 2 newscasts, YouTube and TikTok videos, January of this year, I officiated a wedding, and I believe on Friday, I'm doing a vow renewal. And I believe it's in the restroom. So that's how cool the restroom is.
In the restroom.
So my
In the
dad
restroom.
made me a barn door style sliding door. So I fabricated a latch just so I would have a key on a hubcap, because that's how it was when I was a kid if you went to a service station.
Yeah.
So follow me.
Let's do this.
This is the door that Dad made, and you see, it locks. That's the dramatic entrance. I have a light switch. So I wanted a pink restroom. That's a 1952 pink toilet.
Oh, geez.
Pink and white checkerboard floor. I heated and bent wrenches for hooks for your jacket, your bag, whatever.
Nice.
Recycled pallet wood, diamond plate aluminum, a C-clamp and wrenches for the toilet paper. The divider is 1930 Model A Ford hood sides. A powder coated funnel is the urinal. Those things right there, they eliminate the guesswork, line you right up. The moonized gas pedal is the flush. Now I sell merchandise of the restroom. I have keychains, hat pins, postcards, magnets, koozies, and a t-shirt. The t-shirt says, I hit the funnel. Or my friend Rita goes, what if I hit the funnel? So in honor of Rita, these are individual disposable sheebies so that the ladies can stand and have all the fun and excitement of hitting the funnel. Then one lady says, if I do that, I want everyone to know. You get to honk the horn. We will know what you did. We will give you a round of applause. And if you look at my Facebook, you see ladies holding the hubcap. The caption says, I hit the funnel at Gearhead Curious. And then you get to share and explain what that means. Oil drain basin with a brass gas hook nozzle is my sink. Heated and vent wrenches to hold everything. Foaming hand soap in an oil can. 1958 Ford radiator. 59 Ford valve cover. 62 Oldsmobile Starfire air cleaner cover. The swag lights are 1930s headlights. And then
so
the
cool.
ever famous continuous roll towel dispenser.
Old school.
And that's a public
Slide
restroom.
here?
Yeah, that way. I need to move it over here because I've got one of those powder soap dispensers to put
yeah.
right there. I just haven't done it.
That's
Until
so
then it fit
awesome.
right there. So I'm like, that'll work.
That's so cool.
That is amazing.
Public restroom.
Absolutely amazing.
I will be hitting the funnel before we go.
All right.
Get your picture.
Yeah, that's an odd sensation.
All right, hold the key and smile. Smile like you just keep standing up and a complete stranger knew about it.
Just to get your head to be like, it's okay.
Gearhead Curious is awesome. I mean, awesome. If you ever get the chance, drop by, hit the funnel yourself if you can, take home a shirt. It's totally worth it. Thank you, Aaron, for the tour. It was great. We had a little bit more of Galena to see, and then we were headed towards Baxter Springs, but we had a stop that we wanted to make, or more so, something we wanted to drive over. So let's check out the Rainbow Arch Marsh Bridge. Not too far outside of Baxter Springs sits the Rainbow Curve Bridge, the Rainbow Arch Bridge, or just the Rainbow Bridge, depending upon who you're talking to. As the sign reads there, which that's a brand new sign actually since the last time I was here, but as it reads, it was constructed in 1923 over Brush Creek. It is the only remaining marsh arch bridge, say that 10 times fast, along Route 66, and it was listed on the National Registry of Historic Places March 10th, 1983. Next up was the town of Riverton, Kansas. They got some really cool wall murals. Look at these old school ones here, like this Pepsi one, and they've got some stuff for the old buildings here, this diner and bakery. The one I really like is this old Coca-Cola one here. I love Coke, especially since it's got the Route 66 on it. Here's the old Riverton store. Fun fact, every time I've been to Riverton, it's been closed. So I'm not even sure if it's actually open. I guess it kind of looks like it is, but I've never seen it open personally. That brought us into Baxter Springs, Kansas. And in Baxter Springs, just after we got there, we got to see somebody who we talked about in our last episode. I probably talked about him a couple different times. But that right over there is Dean Crazy Legs Walker. He was one of the inspirations for Tow Mater in the movie Cars. He was the one that inspired him for the way that Tow Mater drives backwards, because he can literally turn his legs backwards and walk that way. Yeah, it's no wonder why they call him Crazy Legs. The town of Baxter Springs, Kansas actually holds a lot of memories for me from back when I was a kid when we lived in northeast Oklahoma. Angie and I have actually been through here back in 2022 when I brought her over this way from up from Oklahoma City. We actually came in on 166, which is what goes to the right here. 166, of course, is a spur of Route 66, but we came in from there and then headed into town just like we're going to do today. So let's go look at a little bit more of Baxter Springs, Kansas, and then we'll take a quick detour off the side of the road to show you a place that I used to go to a lot when I was a kid. Baxter Springs is where we used to go when I was younger to do our main shopping. They had a Walmart just up the way. We'll drive by there. We'll see it's no longer there. And of course we would come up here and go to, like the Sonic or the Pizza Hut, that kind of thing too. But one of the main things that we did when we came to Baxter when I was a kid, especially during those hot Oklahoma summers, is we went to the Baxter swimming pool. And it's just up here a little ways, right next to this pavilion here. It's like the Baxter Family Snack Shack, the Trading Post, or something like that it's called, right? And this is kind of neat, though the 2 times that I've been by it, it's not been open. But I do love the way they've decorated it there. You got an old soda bottle like you're at Pops in Arcadia. There's the Bunyan Giant from up in Illinois. It is really done quite well, at least the decorations on the outside. Yeah, again, I have never seen it open, so I haven't had the chance to go in. Not that I'm through Baxter that often, but one of these times maybe. But it sits right next to the Baxter pool. Spent a lot of time in there growing up. It used to have a high dive. It is where I went off the high dive for the first time. Thought I was going to kill myself, honestly, but I did it because, you're supposed to. back in the day when the popular songs on the radio were like Bryan Adams, Cuts Like a Knife. Yeah, that tells you how long ago that was. But it was cool to get to see it and then to check out the other side of this place here. But it was back on the road, headed on into the rest of Baxter Springs. It didn't take us long to see the backup of traffic. We weren't quite sure what it was about. I mean, there's been a lot more traffic in town than I was expecting there to be. But yeah, we weren't sure what this was. And then not too long after this, we figured out what it was. There was a car wreck up in front. Well, let's go ahead and speed this up a little ways, and then we'll come out on the other side and continue our tour of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Baxter Springs is located in Cherokee County in Kansas. It was founded in the 1860s and it currently has a population of about 3,900, which for this area is quite large, actually, believe it or not. The town I used to live in wasn't even close to that, and of course it no longer exists, so it is a ghost town, so 3,900 is a lot of people considering. Its main claim to fame is it was the first cow town in Kansas and one of the early boom towns in the mining region. This area is known as the Tri-State Mining District. And so Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri, they mined lead and zinc in this area in the late 19th century and early 20th century. Interesting too, there is a history with the Civil War here, that there was the Baxter Springs Massacre in 1863 involving Quantrill's Raiders right here in Baxter Springs, Kansas. And that right there off to the left where the Tractor Supply Company is now was the old Walmart that I was talking about earlier. On the other side of the road is the old yellow freight dock. And as we head now towards the state line, we are about ready to leave the state of Kansas and head into our final state, back to our home state of Oklahoma. Boy, that sounds weird to say even after all this time. So once again, Kansas only has about 13.1 miles worth of Route 66 in it. So depending upon which way you're going, east or west, north or south, depending upon how you look at it, Baxter Springs is either going to be your first town in Kansas or it's going to be your last town in Kansas. For us, it was our last, because right here at this road, that is State Line Road, you can see right out in front of us there is the Oklahoma state line. As you head into Oklahoma on Route 66, Quapaw is the first town that you come to. It's famous for Dallas's Dairyette there, but we didn't stop. We didn't even make the detour to my old hometown of Pitcher. We were on our way to Commerce, and we were fighting weather really bad. So we needed to hurry up so we can get a bunch of stuff in. Commerce, of course, home of the Commerce Comet, Mickey Mantle. We'll talk about him here a little bit more in a little bit. But yeah, let's go take a look around Commerce, because right next to the Dairy King, I said king, is this. Allen's filling station. So even through the rain, let's take a closer look. This looks really cool. I love the colors of the mural there. That is actually new since the last time I was in town. It was just the old hole-in-the-wall station there, the green building. But we needed to keep moving. We had Mickey Mantle's old boyhood home in our sight. And now, to be honest with you, these photos and video I took the last time I was here because it was raining so hard we didn't get out. So let's check out the boyhood home of Hall of Famer Mickey Mantle.
I'm in Commerce, Oklahoma, and that's the childhood home of Hall of Famer Mickey Mantle. They call him the Commerce Comet. Story goes, he used to warm up by throwing balls against that garage right over there.
So we actually started our trip off in Kansas City, where we got to see the Seattle Mariners play the Kansas City Royals. Now, what's that got to do with Mickey Mantle? Well, that night, Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners hit 2 home runs. 2. And he surpassed Mickey Mantle on the all-time home run list for switch hitters in a single season. And here we are now a few days later, checking out Mickey Mantle's boyhood home here in Commerce, Oklahoma. And look at all those dents on that. Man, I can only imagine seeing him out here doing that. But we had one more stop in Commerce that we wanted to make, and that's right here just outside of Commerce High School. This is the Mickey Mantle statue here. As it says, he was the Commerce Comet. Yeah, very cool. Glad to get to celebrate Mickey. There he is. Awesome. But we had to keep moving. We were on our way to Miami. Due to the weather, we didn't stop in Miami while we were there, but we did make a drive by the old Coleman Theater. I actually saw Return of the Jedi when it was first released in 1983 at that theater. But we had something we really wanted to see, something that I've never seen before. It is a section of Route 66 that stretches from just outside of Miami down to Afton. This right here is known as the Ribbon Road or the Sidewalk Highway. It was originally built in 1922, and in 1926 it became part of Route 66. And as you can see, the actual concrete portion of this is only 9 foot wide. Now this was done, well, on purpose, because they figured they can make a regular road 18 foot wide for X amount of distance, or they can go twice the distance and make it only 9 foot wide. So that's exactly what they did. It became part of Route 66 in 1926, but it was bypassed in the 1930s. The Ribbon Road is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is considered a rare surviving piece of history of U.S. highway design. Also, it's considered a highlight for Route 66 travelers and photographers and is a vivid reminder of the rough working class origins of America's most famous highway. So let's go for a drive down the Ribbon Road. After leaving the Ribbon Road behind, we were on our way through Afton, past the Buffalo Ranch, the old and the new. I remember this from when I was a kid. So many memories of coming here and seeing the buffalo, the bison, if you would. But we needed to keep moving, so we had to beat feet down the road because we were running out of time. We'd spent so much time back in Galena that we needed to get down the road in a hurry. So unfortunately, as we went past the ruins of a couple different gas stations here, and we made it into the town of Veneta, that is where we needed to jump on the freeway, the super slab, if you will, so we could get down to Tulsa. Our first stop down there was at the Blue Whale of Catoosa. Now it's closed, and the reason is they're redoing it. They're going to be putting in a whole new complex here. I can't wait to see that next year, just in time for the centennial. But we headed into Tulsa to the Mother Road Market. That was our penultimate stop on our trip. You can't come to Tulsa on Route 66 without stopping for something to eat. So we did, and let's check that out.
Yeah, I ended up letting her talk me into the cheese fries. Yeah, see, I knew somebody would help me. Those are good, aren't they? I snagged one on the way over here.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
This is a small?
I'd hate to see what the large is.
Oh my god. That's a Philly.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Just pick it up and take a big old bite.
Steak and with.
Yeah, good stuff. Nice. All right, let's eat.
Our last big stop of this trip was going to be in Tulsa in the Pearl District. We wanted to go see some giants, so that's what we did. First stopping at Cosmic Buck's Curiosity Shop here to see old Buck Adams. Yeah, he is an amazing giant there. He also has a friend over here, Stella Adam. Yeah, she was added just not too long ago. You can't come by here without saying hi to Piggy Stardust, though. And I have a video from a couple years ago of the owner, Mary Beth, telling the story about how Buck came about. So let's watch that.
Go ahead.
So I talked with Joel Baker with American Giants, and Joel said, wait a second, you need a muffler man of your own. So Joel introduced me to Mark Klein of Enchanted Castle Studios. All we had was this image of Buck, and I gave this to Mark, and then Mark sketched Buck into muffler man form, told us what it would cost, and now here we are, and Buck is standing 21 feet tall outside. Would you look at the size of that?
Just up the road from Buck and Stella, we find this. This is Cowboy Bob. He was put in on August 14th of this year, 2025, of course, and he sits right across from Meadow Gold Mac, the friendly lumberjack. Yeah, there's some really cool shops here too at this Meadow Gold Plaza. So if you're ever in town, make sure you take the time to walk through here. There are two other giants elsewhere in Tulsa that we didn't get to see this time, and this is where our trip is going to come to an end. So thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. If you haven't already hit that like, please do hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.